الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا.
With you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
Welcome to the Winning Women Show on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'm your host, Iram Shah. I'm so excited to bring to you an inspiring women in business show, which to teach you how to turn your passion into a business, level up your existing business and increase your financial abundance through leading experts. I hope you're all well this Sunday afternoon. Do message and say hi. I am on a journey myself to financial abundance with businesses in property investments. You can follow me on Facebook and YouTube. By listening to this show, you'll be inspired by real life success stories and how ordinary people have created an extraordinary life. I can't hear myself today because I've got a bit of a cold, so hopefully you can all hear me well. You can comment, you can get involved by commenting on the live Facebook stream if you're watching on live Facebook and YouTube. Tell me how your Sunday afternoon is going and where you're calling from, and if you've got any questions for my next guest, do say hi. If you're listening on your car radio, you can call on 01733 602 133. And let's get started. So today I have with you, I'm so excited to showcase to you my next guest, Hannah. She's a podcast host of Birth Your Vision podcast, a producer and listed as one of the top 10 podcast female entrepreneurs. So much more to her as well. So let's invite Hannah onto the show. Hello. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hello,
Hi.
Hannah. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I am so blessed. Thank you so much for giving me the grace to be on your show. I'm so excited.
Oh, me too, Hannah. And I'm so excited to have you on as well. Hannah, can you please tell us your full name? I think it'd be better if you pronounced it. I'm sorry. Can you?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so my full name is Hannah Kupoli.
Okay, fabulous. And how do you spell that so that people can find you online?
So that's Kupolui.
Fabulous. And how are you doing this afternoon?
I am doing great. I am so excited, really, to be quite honest. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
Chilling with the family, and, this is like the highlight of the day. So thank you.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. And how does it feel like to have the tables turned? Because it's usually you interviewing, isn't it?
I know, absolutely. It's been really amazing, and it's been quite busy. There's been one interview after the other, so I'm really excited to be on the other side, to be rocking the mic. Yeah.
Well, let's see how we get on. I'm hoping that lots of people listen on Facebook and live and YouTube. Yeah. So that's a live stream. Yeah. So they'll be commenting as well, and lots of people listen back on replay as well. So I want to know, Hannah, can you tell us in your own words a little bit more about yourself and where you are in life at the moment?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So I'm Hannah Kupoli, and I'm a multi-award-winning entrepreneur. I'm an inspirational leader. I'm an influencer and a visionary who has actually created a platform for women in business to actually share their stories, their message, and expertise with an audience using podcasting. And I'm a podcast host, a producer, and strategist that actually specializes in podcast launches. And so I created the Podcast Creators Network, which was actually founded by myself during the pandemic, believe it or not.
Oh, right.
Yes. And, the Podcast Creators Network, it's all about where I assist coaches, service-based businesses, as well as female entrepreneurs in launching and growing their podcast to help them to increase their brand exposure and impact as well. And, from that, I'm able to produce my own show, which is, I host the weekly show, Birth Your Vision podcast. And I interview global business leaders women all over the world who share their inspirational stories of success, setbacks and ideas and advice, as well as support for, the aspiring female entrepreneurs who want to also run their business and, turn their dreams into reality. And, to date, I've been able to interview and conduct, different form of interviews with authors, TED speakers, counselors, mayors, and business leaders. So I'm truly blessed and honored to be in this position.
Amazing.
And I love that question when you said, who am I in this season? Well, to be quite honest, in this season of my life, I am slaying in my lane. and and I love it because there's no traffic. And one of the greatest things that you can do when it comes to your niche is to be able to slay in that lane and really stand out. And so in this season, I am an icon of influence, right? And that means that in the podcasting industry, I am here to inspire women in business, to make sure that their voices are heard through connecting them to an audience using a simple tool as podcasting so that they can actually reach the world with their expertise, share their powerful message and their stories to the world.
And we say it's a simple tool, podcasting, but what is still the reach on a podcast? It's still quite a new upcoming tool, isn't it? It's not something that everyone does at the moment in terms of for their brand and marketing.
Yeah. So basically, podcasting has actually been in the medium since about 2004. It was started by a very well-known person. And during that time, many of us didn't really know that it was podcasting. So going back to 2004 and then, moving forward till now, it's now become a great medium for many people to use as a marketing tool and also as a tool for them to be able to raise, brand awareness. It's a real powerful media tool. It's a broadcasting tool that you can share from the comfort of your home or perhaps go into a studio.
Yes.
Yeah. So podcasting is really all about audio, and you can actually just share your voice, record it, and, run episodes, create fantastic episodes where you can actually share your expertise with so many of your audiences, your target audiences, and also have a great offer whereby they can actually tap into, have a CTA, which is a call to action. That they can actually just go and see exactly what you do and how you can actually help them to meet their pain points. So podcasting is definitely massive, and everyone, especially major brands, if you look at McDonald's, if you look at YouTube just recently created their own podcast for content creators. Can you just imagine?
Did they?
So if YouTube has actually jumped on the bandwagon, I mean, someone like yourself or other, women in business and even men in business owners, it's really a platform that you can actually leverage and definitely monetize it. So, let's look at some of the research and some of the stats. So 32 million people listen to a podcast within the last month.
Okay.
And these numbers are actually growing. More than a quarter of a weekly podcast user consume 6 or more podcasts in a week. Right? And you also have video podcast listeners and also audio podcast listeners. The video podcast listeners are around sort of 22% because people love visuals and they like to see, the faces and just to get a real intimate connection, right? And then you also have the podcast listeners, which is about 27% as well. So you can listen to podcasts on your phone, you can tap in on your laptop, you can even listen to it on your way to work, as you are driving to work. So it's really a massive medium, and it's growing every day. iTunes is definitely one of the major directories that you can actually get your podcast on. And once you are on iTunes, which is Apple, you are able to get your podcast featured on other major directories such as Spotify and, Stitcher and so many more, as well as Google. So it's amazing tool for creating and letting yourself be seen, to be visible, to be heard, and also to raise your awareness, your brand awareness, and also a marketing strategy as well.
Absolutely. So what started your journey in podcasting last year?
Oh.
Yeah, you said you started last year. What initially started your journey?
Yeah, so I really started podcasting to be able to build an audience because I was running a women's network and I'm still running the women's network, which is called All Women's Network. And what we do is to basically help women in business to network effectively, to form collaborations and partnerships. And I really started to really build that network, right? And I started podcasting back in 2018, very casually after listening to a few podcasts. And I was truly inspired to actually create mine. But before I went into creating mine, I wanted to set a goal for myself to know exactly why I was doing it, which is very crucial in anything that we're doing, that we understand the why and that we have objectives and goals in place. And so one of the reasons was to basically to build an audience and to increase the size and the value of my network. And also to be able to monetize my skills as well, right? Because podcasting is a skill that you can actually monetize, believe it or not.
Yes.
And to be able to basically promote some of our services, our offers, and our products. You know, to be seen as an authority, a credible person, a thought leader in this field.
Yes.
And so back in 2018, I started it, and when I started it, it was almost like a hobby for me, to be quite honest with you, because I wasn't as consistent as I am now, but I wanted to just sort of tap into that and just, go for it. And so I did. And so I did some few releases and stuff like that, and people liked it, and I would get very positive feedback. As time went on, I got very busy, and I kind of left it for a little bit while I continued running the Women's Network. And, you know, during the pandemic in 2020, when it started, this was when things definitely changed for me. Because during that time, we couldn't host our monthly networking events, which is an offline event where we all meet and connect. And, you know, the power of connecting with people face to face is totally different from virtual, right?
Yes.
Because you're able to generally just see people's expression and gestures and really get that intimate moment with people when you see them at networking events. And so what happened was I was now able to kind of dust off my laptop again and my old mic, which doesn't really work as much. And I just decided, right, it was time for me to now reach the masses. I wanted to connect with many of the women I was already connected with, but also to step out of my comfort zone a little bit more, to basically reach out to inspirational women around the world, especially during these tough times, you know, the uncertain time where businesses were being closed, where people were facing challenges in their business, they weren't really making much money. And so I wanted to reach out to really find out what were people doing to actually scale their businesses. How were they pivoting? You know, that was a big word during that time.
Yes.
Everybody was using that
How
word,
to
right?
pivot.
Yeah, how to pivot. It became, you know, one of the most overused words during the pandemic for people who are in business and entrepreneurs. And I wanted to really tap into that to see how many people were able to overcome these setbacks, how many were able to give tangible advice and support to aspiring, you know, business owners and those who are already in business. And so I took to my laptop and I decided, right, it's time for me to jump onto this amazing skill that I had before. And now I just want to use that skill to empower as many women as possible, to get them to share their stories, their voice and their message, as well as their expertise with many others who can benefit from it. And so what I did was I asked my daughter, can I kindly use your room? And she said to me, Mom, on one condition, if you promise to give me a makeover. And I said, what? Just to use your room, you want me to give you a makeover? And then I said, okay, right, I think we can definitely negotiate something here. So then I went to my partner and I said to him, right, this is what your daughter said, our daughter said. You know, she wants a makeover, and in return, she would allow me to use a space in her room. And my husband said, yeah, absolutely. Let's put something in place. And so me, myself, and my husband, and the youngest son in the household, we now just decorated her room while she was away. So when she came back, she was absolutely blown away how wonderful the colors of the room were and how beautiful and how vibrant it was. And so she said, yes, Mom, you can definitely use my room. And so I decided to use a corner in Overy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And create a little small portable studio. Let me tell you
That's
something.
all it takes.
You have to use what you have.
Yeah.
You have to use what you have within your household.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you've got to think just within the box that you're in and see what you can use. Because remember, during that time, the shops were not open. You know, you couldn't get items that you wanted to get to help you to set up whatever it is that you wanted to set up. So you had to basically improvise.
Yes, and use your imagination.
Yeah, and so I did. So I created a small little studio using what I had, old laptop and a microphone that wasn't really working. But that did not stop me. I wanted to really achieve this. And so that was how I was able to birth Podcast Creators Network and also start running my own show and producing it myself.
Brilliant.
So this is where this passion came from.
And you had already a network of women that you could reach out to as guests, is that correct?
Absolutely. And so I started to tap into those women first, because you've got to use the network that you've already built within you first, and get them to also share what you are doing. And so I was able to interview over, 60 women within that period of time. And I was able to really, put myself out there, being someone who's an introvert, believe it or not.
Really? Okay.
Yes, I know. Exactly. You said really, because many people don't really believe that I am an introvert. I'm a shy person, reserved, but podcasting has really brought out some amazing skills that I didn't even know that I had, and some amazing qualities, which is confidence, and also it's given me the boost to be able to speak at different events. Even being on your platform today, it's a real pleasure and an honor to be able to share my knowledge.
Thank you.
These are just some of the few things that I've been able to do, being called to host an event, to present, to also, share masterclass presentations in regards to helping, businesses to launch their podcasts, being invited to radio shows. So podcasting comes with a lot of amazing value. Just like you said, what is it like to be on the other side? Yeah. Well, I'm enjoying being on the other side because it shows that I've been able to open my arms to give to others, and now it's time for me to receive. So I'm truly blessed.
Oh, absolutely. And it's interesting. So your podcast has helped you with public speaking opportunities, increased your network, and you've said on a personal level, it's helped you grow as well. So some of these, how did you overcome these challenges, being shy and as an introvert? How did you overcome these and, come to the place that you are now?
Yes, absolutely. In life, you have to choose where you want to be. So you have to make a choice and you have to decide, do I want to stay in a comfort zone? Or do I want to step out a little bit and be in the growth zone? And so I decided to make that conscious decision. And I said to myself, in order for me to experience the possibilities, the opportunities, I need to step out and I need to be honest with myself, right? And so that's what I did. I had to step out of my comfort zone. I had to stop listening to the inner critic that says to me, you're not enough and you can't do this. I had to overcome, the imposter syndrome that, tells you that, gosh, who is going to come on your show or who is going to listen to what you have to say? And ultimately look at myself in the mirror and tell myself that I am my own biggest competition, and tell myself that I am a queen, and so go for it because there's nothing stopping you. And so affirming to myself positive affirmations and giving myself the opportunity to really receive, and also giving myself grace to stand out and be a powerful leader. And so I decided, right, what's the worst that can happen? Nothing. So why am I not stepping out of my comfort zone? Why am I not allowing myself to be great, And so I said to myself, you can do this. You can do this. You have everything that you need in your hands to be able to deliver. And so I did.
That's brilliant. And I really resonate with that, Hannah, because, because even before I started the radio show, actually, I was pretty shy as well. And people probably wouldn't believe it, but I didn't like videos as well. But now I'm on live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. And
Exactly.
yeah, so it really does. I think you have to take that extra step yourself. You have to tell
Yeah.
yourself, make the choice, like you
Hmm.
say, of being where you are now, or if you take an extra, just an inch or so, and just a small inch at a time, and it really, really does make a difference. So, and I'm only,
Indeed.
I think I started around Easter this year. So,
Wow.
yeah, exactly. So I really, really resonate with everything that you've said. And through your podcasting, Hannah, did you realize that you gravitate towards a certain type of guest? Were you conscious to have a niche? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Mm, absolutely. I love that question because podcasting has definitely positioned me as a thought leader. It's given me authority and leadership. And to be quite honest with you, I underestimated the kind of people that I was going to attract. I am attracting counselors, mayors. I am attracting TED speakers. I am
Wow.
attracting dignitaries. I am attracting global leaders who are making, fantastic, value in their business, great income.
Authority
I am
figures.
attracting leaders,
Mm.
and it's just amazing that I started with just interviewing local business women. And it's taken me to another level that I can't even imagine myself. And so, one of the greatest things that I'm so proud of when it comes to podcasting was the power to start, right? Was the power to really give myself the opportunity to see how far I could go and how great I could be. It's unleashing, and there's so many things that it's yet to expose and unleash with my skills. I am on a journey, to be quite honest with you. And sometimes when I'm approached by other leading women, I'm like, whoa, you want me to interview you? I'm still stunned, and I just embrace and I just say thank goodness for this amazing opportunity that I gave myself
Yes.
the opportunity to really get out of my own way, right? And to really shine and invite other people to really share the stage with me.
And
Absolutely.
shift your mindset in the way that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So inspirational.
Indeed.
And is it women of color that you gravitate towards more, or are you open? Is that your niche?
I am open to
Okay.
all women, because the network that I run is for all women
All women. Okay.
of all cultures and backgrounds. And, because I believe not leaving any woman behind, it's so important. Every woman matters. Every single woman matters. So, that is what we have as a great mission at the All Women's Network, which is
Amazing.
every woman matters. And it's important that we get their voices out there and that they are heard. And so I've been able to gravitate and attract all women, to be quite honest. Sometimes you've got to affirm great things and you see that it will come to pass.
Yes.
So that is really amazing.
And so far in your journey, it's been over a year now. What are you most proud of in your podcasting field?
I am proud of the growth. I am proud of stepping out of my own way and giving my own self an opportunity to be great. I am so excited for the future of how this is going for me. It's almost like once you find your lane, and your purpose, you basically don't even have to work too hard. Everything tends to fall into place. And that's what I'm experiencing right now. Everything flows and falls into place without me having to do too much, and attracting the right people who wants to work with me, who wants to collaborate with me. So one of the greatest things that I've actually done to myself is to actually give myself the opportunity to just step out of my own way, my comfort zone, and just give it a shot. And I'm so excited that I did.
Yeah.
And, I've been...
No, please finish.
Yeah, and I've been able to be recognized, for what I'm doing already, being part of the top 10 podcasts to listen to during the quarantine times, which is really amazing. I wasn't even expecting that. I just saw an email and I was like, whoa, how did that happen? Such great recognition. And also recently I was nominated for 100 Women in Tech. Podcasting is all about tech and all that great stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And, we're yet to see when the voting opens. So just to be nominated, I am honored and I am just excited about that. So, we've had so many, over 300 downloads. People are sharing our podcast. So many great things to come. But what I have at the moment and what I've received, I am happy and I am blessed too.
And how does the nominations and the awards help with your credibility, Hannah?
Oh, it helps a lot because, like I said to you, being able to be recognized as someone who is credible in their niche, as someone who is able to share an expertise and help other people, as someone who is striving, and helping others, helping them from A to B, helping them to make a transition, supporting them at the end to be able to see the end result, that is really key for me. And so being recognized and being nominated, it shows credibility. It shows that this queen understands what she is doing and she is thriving in her lane. Thriving in her lane. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, so now you're helping others. We're going to go on a break very soon, but when we come back from the break, I'd love to know how you're helping other people. And, but in the meantime, what advice would you give to people that have not even started podcasting? Because like we said, it's something that not everyone's considering. It could be down to mindset issues. It could be that they feel as if they don't know what to talk about. What would you say to that?
Well, I would definitely tell them that they should think about it and maybe have a pen and a paper just to write the reason why they are starting in the first place. Because going back to when I started in 2018, I started as a hobby and I did some few episodes, but then I wasn't consistent as I got very busy. But the pandemic actually realigned me back to my purpose to go back and start it again. And it was more for a powerful cause, which was reaching out to many women globally. And so I'll go back and tell them, start with your why. Write down the reason why you want to start. And, having a podcast for your business gives you a great way for you to be able to share your experiences with many people and also to share your expertise and your story. So, define what you want to share with the world. What do you want the world to listen to? Do you want to share your experience, your life experiences that could help other people? Do you want to share your expertise, which is your knowledge and, what you know?
Hannah,
or do you want to share your message?
We're just going on a break, Hannah. When we come back, we're speaking a little bit more detail about this. Do join us after the break and see you
Stay
soon.
tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Peterborough. Who said good quality fried and grilled chicken has to be expensive? At Sam's, we take pride in every piece of chicken that leaves our kitchen. Just one bite of our chicken or burgers is all it takes to realise we are the best. Visit us at our brand new place at 333 Lincoln Road, PE1 2PF. Or order a delivery through Just Eat, Uber or Deliveroo. Sam's, the home of great tasting chicken for over 30 years.
Could you spare a few hours each month to provide support to people going through tough times? If so, Peterborough Samaritans are looking for volunteers who are empathetic and open-minded, and we'd love to hear from you. We run information sessions where you can find out more about what it means to volunteer for the Samaritans. If you're at least 18 years of age and would like to know more, please email volunteer@peterboroughtsamaritans.org.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
Did you know that over 361,000 children die every year due to lack of clean water? Clean water is not a luxury, but a basic human right. UKIM is working to end their suffering by providing clean and safe water. This Ramadan, make a difference. Provide clean and safe water with UKIM. For donations, call now or visit ukim.org.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
Looking to improve your living space? Plan your dream home with AB Joinery Kitchens and Bedrooms. We design, manufacture and install your perfect kitchen or bedroom to your personal space and taste with clever storage utilising every inch. We pride ourselves on our exquisite attention to detail. Let AB Joinery Kitchens and Bedrooms plan your perfectly tailored space fitted around you. We also offer bespoke services for understairs storage, TV units and feature walls, all designed and manufactured by us. Call us now on 01733 686 767 or visit abjkitchensandbedrooms.co.uk. Open to the trade and public. AB Joinery Kitchens and Bedrooms, Unit 3 Brassey Close, Peterborough, PE1 2AZ. Plan your dream home with us. abjkitchensandbedrooms.co.uk.
In the heart of Cambridgeshire, this is Salam Radio.
Hello, welcome back.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. تبارك الذي بيده الملك.
Hello, hi, welcome back to Winning Women, the Winning Women show on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I am your host, Iram Shah. So excited to bring to you a very inspiring woman in business. We have with us Hannah, who is an award-winning podcast host of her own podcast, Birth Your Vision podcast, and award-winning producer, and now helping others do exactly the same thing. If you're listening live on the Facebook or the YouTube live stream, you can comment below. If you're listening on your car radio show, you can call in on 01733 602 133. Hi, hello Hannah.
Hey, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Thank you so much for still being with us, Hannah. We're loving speaking to you, giving us so much value here. We were talking about why people that haven't considered podcasting should come into podcasting. You've mentioned some of the reasons. How are you helping people start a journey in podcasting?
Yes, I love this question because let me just share a very quick research. So a few years ago, Spotify created a program to actually help 10 aspiring women of color to start podcasting.
Oh, right.
And yes, over 18,000 people applied. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Yes. Now, podcasting is definitely taking over. You just need to look at the figures. And you can just imagine just 10 people were needed for this program and 18,000 definitely applied. So you can see that there is a niche for all women and also for the underrepresented women, which is the women of color.
Yes.
And so it is important that someone like myself, okay, that has mastered this wonderful skill is able to help other women as well. Mm-hmm. And so in order for me to begin shifting that imbalance, right, you can definitely understand that there is definitely an imbalance there, right? I have now created my own 8 weeks podcasting launch program for aspiring female, businesses and also for women in business to actually help them to launch their own podcast and start sharing their voices and amplify their messages as well as their expertise. Mm-hmm. And, it's amazing for us to be able to support as many women as possible because what I've noticed during my research is that women are definitely underrepresented in this industry. Mm-hmm. And so it is important for us to be able to support as many women as possible. And that is my mission, to help them to sit down and start mapping out their message and really showing up, whether you are going to do a video, podcast, or whether you're going to do an audio, as long as you are sharing your message and is reaching the people that is meant to reach, and you are definitely leveraging this platform, which is very, very important. So yes, the 8 weeks training, it's really an amazing opportunity for, women in business and also businesses who want to actually start podcasting, using it as a marketing tool and also as a way to definitely raise their brand awareness. So it's an 8 weeks program, which I'm going to help them to plan their podcast, also support them with setting up their podcast, as well as recording their first episodes, as well as, teaching them how to launch and market their show, and giving them tips and strategies on how they can actually monetize it and as well as grow it. And then we have a great celebration of launching it online to celebrate them, because it's really important that our voices are heard and that we are seen and that we are also visible.
Yes, I love this. So there's an 8-week, and how can people get to find you? Is it online? How can people find you?
Yes, so you can definitely reach me on LinkedIn, message me, and I'll be able to respond to you, send you a discovery call consultancy session that we can have a one-to-one chat, so that I could really get to understand your mindset and your why. Why are you going into it? Because podcasting requires a level of commitment and consistency. And so it's important that we have that one-to-one discovery call. So today I am definitely offering a 15-minute discovery call for many of the listeners.
Brilliant.
If you want to reach out to me, you can actually reach out to me on LinkedIn, and that would be my name, Hannah Kupoluyi, and also Birth Your Vision. And you can also reach out to me on Instagram, Birth_Your Vision Podcast Live, on Instagram, where you can actually reach me, or even send me an email, hannahkupsi@yahoo.co.uk, and we can take it from there.
Brilliant. And I'll put those links on my timeline as well. Thank you so much, Hannah. And there is so much to podcasting. So although it's quite an easy thing to do, one, because you know in terms of sharing your value, your content, but actually setting it up correctly, and so that you can monetize from it, and so that you come across as the authority figure. So Hannah has this amazing 8 weeks program. So do reach out to Hannah and see how she can help you do that. How important, you mentioned women of color, and there's an imbalance. How important is it for us to hear stories from, well represented from all different women, and especially women of color? And I know this month in particular, I am supporting women in color during the Black History Month. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Yes, absolutely. Women of color have definitely been underrepresented in so many different ways. This season, October, we are celebrating Black History Month, and what a wonderful way to celebrate ourselves. And not just in October, but, all year round, many of us, we do celebrate ourselves, but it's really nice to be acknowledged and to be invited to, radio shows to come and speak, at different events to really share our story. And so for me, it's very important, because when I was doing my research, I realized that, this is definitely a male-dominated industry. And I feel like it's great, but at the same time, women also have stories as well. And so it's important that they're able to share that story so that other women can actually resonate with that story and, get advice and support on how they can actually manage, whatever it is that they've been listened to, or whatever it is that they've actually shared as well. So I feel like the more women speak up, the more they're heard, the more we're able to definitely get the world to listen to what we have to say. And it's really powerful when women come together, or even individually sharing, your know-how, sharing your knowledge with the world, and really getting great responses. And so for me, definitely, I am a champion in this lane, and I'm going to be championing all women so that they can actually speak out and share their voice. And it's so important that they continue to make an impact. And it's all about representing diverse voices. Yes. So wherever you fit in as a woman, whether you are from a different culture, it's all about representing your voice and, just supporting each and every one of you together, which is very, very important.
Yes, and even on this platform, I give women the opportunity to tell their story, and it feels so good to champion other women as well. It's not something we go about in our everyday life. We're also consumed in ourselves, but I think this is a really good way when you interview someone. It's such a nice way to be able to give someone that space to be able to talk and tell their story, and it makes you feel good to champion others as well. So I think that's so important. In terms of resources, what resources were very important in for you to get to where you are now? Yeah,
so I love to definitely read, and so I dived into different podcasting books and, videos. I love watching video because I am also a content creator myself. And so it's good to also learn from other people as well. And I'm quite techie. And so I love to, test different conferencing apps and, different apps that could actually make, editing or make my life easier. And I love to really learn more about those things as well. How to, use different online systems to manage your workload, time management. Those things are very important, to be quite honest. And so these are some of the great resources.
And what are your favorite apps?
And so I love to use StreamYard, which is an amazing app, which is all about video streaming. And so because I host a video streaming podcast, and I also repurpose it into a podcast. And so I use StreamYard as one of my main tools to be able to stream my podcast. And I also use InShot to be able to create short little clips, the one that you see on LinkedIn.
Oh, okay. Small snippets, small teasers. Yeah.
Exactly. So you need to be able to share simple highlights to let people know what's coming up on the next episode. And lastly, I also love to use Canva as my go-to graphic design. Yes, I love Canva. Very easy to use. And it's all about finding tools that are very simple for you and it doesn't make your life difficult. It's about making things easy for you so that you can definitely work a lot more easier and manage your time, productively.
Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned the books as well. What books have helped you in your journey to success?
Yeah. So for me personally, when it comes to podcasting, because I'm into podcasting books right now, just because it's my niche area. So for me, I love podcasting made, simple. It shares about how to simply start your podcast and how to be able to, use what you have and, just go for it. And it's got different sort of, information on how you can actually get to record your podcast. And also, marketing podcasting books are also amazing as well. It gives you tools and strategies on how to be able to, plan your marketing for podcasting and how to do an outreach in terms of getting people to know more about your podcast and things like that. So anything to do with knowledgeable books to be able to help me to become a better producer, a better podcaster, a better podcast host, that's what I really go into and definitely get access to.
Yes, and Hannah, is LinkedIn your preferred platform to showcase your work, advertise? Yes,
absolutely. LinkedIn is a powerful networking platform, and within a couple of months, I've been able to grow my audience to over 500. I started using LinkedIn, and I really didn't understand how LinkedIn really worked. But when I started podcasting, it totally changed. This is another benefit of podcasting, by the way. And, LinkedIn definitely attracts amazing clients and amazing leaders to my page. And the page has grown, is amazing. I started with very limited, under 100 audience. Now it's over 100, just within a couple of months. That is incredible. So LinkedIn is my go-to.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, fabulous. So if you're listening live on the Facebook or the YouTube stream, you can message, you can comment below, say hi, tell us where you're listening from, tell us what you're doing this Sunday afternoon. We've got the lovely Hannah on with us, award-winning podcast host, producer, and helping others now raise their voice and leverage this amazing platform to show yourself as the authority figure in your work. So do comment below and do look Hannah up as well. I put some links on my timeline. Hannah, what started you in producing and strategizing other people's podcasts? What was the driving force for you there?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think no matter what you want to do, you have to ensure that you are producing quality. And so for me, quality definitely mattered. But it wasn't about perfectionism, but it was just about producing quality content. And that's what I produce. And that in itself attracts many people to me. And I started off making sure that my graphics and also my video content and my podcasting was definitely good quality. And so for me, I was able to generate more people who were attracted to that, and it made it very easy for them to be able to, tap into what I was doing and really wanting to know about podcasting. Yes, they have heard about podcasting from other people, but the way in which I do mine and I deliver it was definitely different, and it was unique, right? And so I would say that that was my unique selling point, producing quality content which attracts, many people who are interested in starting a podcast or just want to find out how podcasting can benefit their business. That's definitely been key for me.
Yeah. And what are some of the common myths about podcasting that, you'd like to debunk at this moment?
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, people find it very challenging when it comes to the tech. These are some of the things that I hear from people. Sometimes they say, oh, I know, I'm not very techy, I'm not tech savvy, and I don't understand the tech. Oh, gosh, how am I going to use that software? It's so difficult. And I tell them that you don't have to overwhelm yourself. I make it easy when it comes to training you on how to use those simple tech. I make it very easy. I debunk, this myth, and I break it down in this 8 weeks program. I teach you about the kind of tech to use, and I show you other options, the ones that you feel you can use and you find easy. So podcasting is about making it easy and simple so that you don't overwhelm yourself, before you even dive into the training, which is really important. So these are the things that I hear from, other people who want to do it, but they feel like they're not really techie. But these are things that you can actually learn and pick up on the way. And there is also services that are available to help you with your show notes, with your script, to help you to, edit and master your podcast. There is opportunities to help you to definitely make sure that the sound is great, the audio is great. So, podcasting doesn't have to be difficult. Some of the things that you can't do, you can definitely outsource it. So it's definitely possible.
And in terms of your clients' results, how is it helped their business now that they're podcasting from your having gone through your 8 weeks program?
Oh, absolutely amazing. Currently training 1 or 2 clients at the moment, and they are absolutely enjoying the training because they are learning things that they didn't even know existed and, tapping into tools that they can actually use. And, 1 or 2 of them are not very techy. So that's an example of the kind of client that I actually work with. And working with me, I'm able to, decrease their overwhelm and support them to be able to understand how to use simple tools and help them to, understand the different steps and how to actually apply it to their podcasting. So that's very, very important, understanding where your clients are at and how to help them and support them so that you can achieve the best results at the end.
Brilliant. And then in terms of your wider work with the women's network that you're doing, how is it been post-lockdown now?
Oh, it's really amazing because what we did was we now took everything online, which is a virtual networking. Okay. And so we are definitely restructuring so many things, adding more training, adding more opportunities for women to be able to meet offline as well as online as well. And so, really tapping into the power of networking and collaboration to ensure that every woman is able to confidently network, is able to definitely collaborate together, which is very important.
Yeah, and what sort of women, to get onto your networking group, what do you need to do in order to get onto that?
So what you need to do is to basically be a member, because it's a membership organization where we provide a whole series of resources, a library of amazing, different trainings and workshops, and also offline events where you're able to showcase your product and your services, and you're able to definitely pitch with confidence, sharing the fantastic $1 trillion elevation pitch, which is a 1-minute pitch for you to share your business story and, introduce yourself so that other people who are in the network can actually tap into your greatness and your business as well. So it's a membership, and you can definitely join that membership. You just need to send me an email. We are also featured on different platforms. We are also on Facebook, is All Women's Network.
Okay.
We are on Instagram, All Women's Network. So you can definitely tap in through there. Send me a message, and I'll be able to send you the relevant information.
Brilliant. So if you're listening in, if you're enjoying this, do comment below. Tell us, say hi to us. Tell us how your Sunday afternoon is. We've got Hannah with us, an expert and award-winning podcast host, producer, now helping others do exactly the same. She also has a network group for all women to join in, to network together, collaborate with one another, and really champion one another's businesses. So do comment below if you'd like to know a little bit more or ask Hannah any questions. Hannah, some of the where do you see your future going now? What have you got planned amongst all these great things that you've been doing?
Well, I see my future to be very bright, and I'm a visionary, and so many things that I see, I can't even comprehend it. But what I definitely want to see is to be able to expand this podcast production network to help as many women in business as possible, and also to collaborate with corporate businesses and really get as many people as possible into this world of podcasting, of sharing their expertise and their stories, and also to be featured on great publications. And, I hope to be interviewed one day by Oprah Winfrey, and also to interview her as well as Michelle Obama, and, other leading queens, in this fantastic business industry, which is very vital. And I hope to impact as many women as possible to help them to share their voices.
Yes, and what would you say to people? I mean, you've mentioned some very big names there. What would you say to people that are a little bit hesitant to reach out to people, maybe because of their grandness, or what would you say to that?
I would say, don't limit yourself. Just go for it. The worst somebody can say to you is no, and that's fine. You move on, and later on, they may be the one that comes back and approach you. Because you have to remember that if you don't allow yourself to really step out of your comfort zone, you will always be in that zone, and you will never know what it's like to be in the growth zone because you haven't shifted. So you've got to shift. You've got to you have to make up your mind to be ready to step out of that box. And once you step out, you'll see the possibilities. I always tell people, just do it anyway. Just do it. Don't even think about it. If you want to ask someone to come on your show, just do it, because you never know what you thought about that person could actually be something totally different, and so it's important that you give it a go and just be ready for people to say no to you. That's absolutely fine. That should give you more determination and the drive to carry on, because, many people who are now big names have heard no's a lot of time. And so that has not actually devated them. It's actually helped them to press forward, and they're able to share their life story of where they were and where they are. So take every no as an opportunity that there will be a yes, and that yes could be a breakthrough for you.
Yes, and in terms of the guests that you've had such a huge range of guests. I don't want to say who's your favourite guest, but what I'm trying to get at is it'll be hard for you to choose. But I'm trying to get at what's your favourite takeaway, maybe from a particular guest, or something that's really inspiring that you'd love to share with us.
Yeah, so I interviewed a fantastic guest a few weeks ago, and it was all about the millennials, and we're talking about investing, saving, and budgeting.
Okay.
For the young people, especially for this new generation, many of them are going into debt. Many of them are struggling with university loans that they need to pay off. And it was great to really have someone who is so insightful, so encouraging, so motivating, who is a financial advisor that is ready to work with as many young people as possible, as well as work with their parents to really set up young people to teach them how to save, how to budget, and how to invest. These are skills that we never really learned at school, during my time. And even now, many schools do not really teach these vital skills, which I feel it's so unique and is so important for today's young generation. And so the takeaway from me was it was important for us to start teaching our young people, our children, how to invest, how to save, you understand, so that by the time they get to a certain age, they have a little bit of savings and they're able to, see what they can actually invest in so that they can actually have a great financial, stable life to begin with, and that could actually help them in their future.
Yes.
So I thought that was really amazing.
Great. And just as we've got last couple of minutes, what's your favorite podcast? Who do you listen to and recommend for our listeners to listen to as well?
Yes, I love Amy Potterfield. She is actually a great launch strategist and also, into marketing. And, she launches how to kind of start your own online course training. So it's really amazing because she shares quite a lot of nuggets on how to, start launching your own online courses, because there is a course in each and every one of us, right?
And that's a massive growing field, that online course.
Absolutely. So that is a multi-million, dollar industry that, we can tap into as well. And so I love to listen to Amy Potterfield podcast, which is really amazing. Another one is also I love Gary V. Gary V is so real.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and he talks about business, and it really tells you how it is. It doesn't beat around the bush. And so I love the authenticity, and I love the way he just presents himself, whereby sometimes is able to, share many of the answers to people's questions in terms of business and what they should do. That's another one that is really powerful as well.
Well, last 30 seconds, and thank you so much, Hannah. You've given us so much value, so much insight. If you've enjoyed this, you can share the replay link with your friends on your platforms, on your timeline. It's going to help us all. It's going to help other people learn things, and who knows, it could well start someone's journey into podcasting as well. Thank you again, and have a great day, and I will see you next week at the same time with a new guest. Thank you very much, Hannah. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
हाँ बिलाल, मैं हमारी ग्रॉसरी और हलाल मीट के लिए मुख्तलिफ स्टोर्स पर जाते जाते थक चुकी हूँ। पार्किंग हमेशा से एक मसला रहा है और मुझे आखिरी बार एक पार्किंग टिकट भी मिला है।
कितनी दफा बता चुका हूँ, 232 लिंकन रोड पीटरबरो पर पार्क फूड्स को ट्राई करो। ये कैम्ब्रिजशायर की सबसे बड़ी एथनिक सुपरमार्केट है और उनके पास 1 घंटे के लिए फ्री कस्टमर कार पार्क है।
वाओ, रियली? लेकिन क्या मैं वहाँ से सब कुछ खरीद सकती हूँ?
यस, fresh quality fruit, vegetables, dairy product, halal meat and poultry delivered every day. Really is a one-stop shop. Plus, Park Foods carry a huge range of brands from around the world and thousands of products in their daily use household range.
मैं अभी जाना चाहती हूँ। वो कब तक खुलते हैं?
Monday to Saturday, 8:30 to 8 p.m. and 11 to 5 p.m. on Sunday. और ये बहुत ही साफ और महफूज है और कोविड गाइडलाइंस को फॉलो किया जाता है। तो फिर चलें, शाजिया।
Park Foods. Come and see the difference. Desi Restaurant is open, so why not order now for your family meal tonight? We've got fish pakora, chicken pakora, charga steamed chicken, lamb and vegetable samosas, biryani, pizza, faluda, jalebi, gulab jamun, samosa chaat, fresh chicken and lamb handi, Lahori channa and much more. We've got it all at Desi Restaurant. Special offer, Nihari Opaya with 1 naan or roti only £6. Special lunchtime offer from noon to 4 p.m. Chicken or lamb curry and 2 roti only £6. Mixed veg curry or tarka dal and 2 roti only £5. Order now at desirestaurantonline.com and pay online safely, or call us on 01733 555 795. Delivery available, or you can collect for a 10% discount. 298 Lincoln Road, Peterborough, PE1 2ND. Desi Restaurant, the trusted family favourite in Peterborough.
दोस्ता कियां परेशान है
जरा करे ना सारा सौदा मुक्या वा मुल्का विच पैसे भेजने
हूं नहीं अमार फूड वाले की फोन खड़का ते फ्री लोकल डिलीवरी कार मंगवा
आला ता उत्थे कै स्पेशल आ
उना की लबाई हाइजीन च ग्रेड 5 चीज़ां चंगियां म्यारी ते सस्तियां ते नाले ऑफरां ही ऑफरां
और क्या
ताजा गोश्त ताजी सब्जियां ते फ्रूट आटा चावल दालां मसाले ते जूस सारे बिल जमा करने गैस ते इलेक्ट्रिक नो टॉप अप भी करने पाकिस्तान पैसे बिल्कुल फ्री भेजने मतलब के एक चिड़ी ने दूध छड़ी ते हर शय लबनी
जने ने आप उतरा
Amar Food Store and Halal Meat 613B Lincoln Road Peterborough telephone 01733 687374.
Every 20 minutes, a child comes into care in the UK. Stars Fostering is a not-for-profit organisation set up with the aim to provide children in care with loving long-term families and support up to the age of 27. Our foster families receive excellent support and training. We are looking for new families right now. Could you open your heart and home to a child? If you have a spare room, contact us at starsfosteringcic.co.uk. That's stars with a Z, or call us on 07765 456 972.